Howdy boys, figured I'd give you a little review of this truck. It's a 03, has a little over 200,000 on it. This is our Ford replacement for the regulars. One of my people decided to sell it, and I said it's a 5.9 6-speed manual. It's fairly problem-free child, so let's buy it from you, more or less. Yes, I'm in the process of restoring a Honda. Yeah, out of all the things, right? I'm like the weirdest guy, man. When it comes to cars, I'm all over the place. Let me show you a quick little walk around this vehicle. It's been maintained well, cosmetically and mechanically. Whoever had it, someone worked it. So based off, either they worked it really hard, or whoever sprayed this bed liner was just a rookie. But overall, the truck's in good shape. It's not modified besides an exhaust. As you can tell, the engine bay is not washed or anything. For 200,000, it's doing well. Purrs like a kitten. It's a good truck. Now, these things are expensive nowadays. Alrighty. 214. We better get some fuel. Manual. I like the fact that the transfer case is manual as well. Gearbox, transfer case is manual. As far as I know, these things have got what? Injectors and a lift pump that need to be watched, or should I say fixed, and that's about it. It's a good truck. Runs good. Pulls good. Does not compare in any way, shape, or form to my personal truck, which was a 21. So this truck has, I'm talking about power. This truck has the gearing. This truck has all the mechanical gearing and everything. So around town, especially hauling this little Honda Pride, there's nothing. So the biggest thing that you're gonna notice, or that I've noticed that stood out to me, is the fact that when I was climbing out of Spokane yesterday, I had a 4th gen on a gooseneck. So what are those 4th gens with all the bells and whistles? About 8,500 pounds. It was a work truck, so that's a solid 8,500 pounds in a gooseneck. It was a 32 footer, it wasn't a 36 footer, so somewhere close to the 6,000. So round it off, 6,000 and 8,000. What does that put us? 14,000 pounds behind this pickup, man. And I was losing speed pretty good. I was downshifting. I think we got all the way down to 50 miles an hour from 65. I'm just not used to that. You know, my my 4th gens, they weren't, let's say, stock to stock. They didn't pull like the 5th gen. So the 4th gen would maintain speed at that kind of weight. The 5th gen would just walk it with a breeze, but that's not the point. The point is the depth of the pedal. So the first quarter throttle of this truck, it pulled that load just fine. But when it came to pulling out of Spokane on higher speeds where power really matters, ooh, it was short on it. And of course, this is a stock truck. Besides the exhaust helps it breathe, but it's not adding any more fuel. So I think it's yeah, this thing doesn't have an EGR or anything, so I can modify it. So let's look around, see what I could do for a clean little tow tune. Give me a little bit more pedal, but it's a phenomenal truck. It runs real good. I don't know, it's just one of those childhood pickups I always wanted to have, but I could never afford. I remember I was 17 years old. I wanted to buy an 05 like this, manual. I think I wanted 23,000, which right now is pretty funny because back then it barely had any miles. Pretty much a brand new truck, but it had a salvage history to it, and I was fine with the history, but I just couldn't find 23,000 at the age of 17. No bank's gonna lend you that money on a salvage. It's pretty much brand new. That truck is in the 20s on the odometer and just over 20 on the price. So I mean, I thought it was a steal of a deal, but just couldn't get the money. And now I just paid $15,000. The gal wanted to get out of her loan. I paid $15,000 for an 03 with over 200,000 miles on it. She's a phenomenal gal, man. This is the gal that puts the boys to shame when it comes to work. She's one of the drivers for us. Just a good old gal. Does things right, I'll tell you that. So I always look for ways I could help my people. In this situation, it was a win-win situation. Yeah, maybe on the high side for if I were out in the market to buy one, but she needed to get out of her loan, and I was always looking for something to swap the Ford out for, because that Ford just didn't get enough love around my shop. It was a single Ford, and anything anyone could blame it for, it got blamed. So it just didn't fit in. That's all. It's a joke, but the matter of the fact stands. So I guess I gotta say it. Guys weren't very happy working on that Ford, so we had to let it go. So no more of that 99 Ford. That Ford went to my brother-in-law. He's gonna take good care of it. Funny story, about 6-7 years ago, I was the guy that found that Ford and told my brother-in-law, this is your truck, you should buy it. He's like, nah, and he didn't. So I'm like, dude, let me just buy that thing. I had an experiment I was dealing with, and I did not want to put my Rams, or should I say any of my Ram trucks, up for that kind of experiment. It was pretty brutal, and the Ford did it just fine. So, and then people came up, or a good buddy came up, said, I need a part-time position. I'm like, well, I got the Ford, I guess we could put you in. And next thing you know, it's a full-time thing, and I don't have any more trucks. I keep fixing that Ford, and it became nothing but a money pit for me, because I always needed to get done at a shop, which that cost a lot of money. It wasn't me wrenching on it, so that's, I guess, little story of the Ford. I won't make a video specifically for the Ford unless for whatever reason my brother-in-law drops it off by the shop to get something done. I don't know. If I get my hands on that Ford and it's parked, I'll make a video. Other than that, for my regulars, that's what happened to the Ford. This Dodge replaced it. One thing the Ford had better than this, and it's probably the only thing, is the cab. That cab is much significantly bigger. So in these years, in 03, I don't think they had to make a cab. If they did, that's a whole different, class of its own. But for a 4-door, this is as big as it got. It's pretty small back there. I'm not complaining. Those back doors might be used in my possession for passengers, but most likely they'll just be used to place things there, and that's it. So yeah, I guess this video definitely isn't for everyone. It's for my regulars, to keep y'all updated on what's going down and what Paul's up to. I've been blessed to got myself a good GM, so now I have a little bit more time, so I'll do my best to keep y'all updated. There's plenty of projects going around my shop to keep y'all updated on all this Cummins stuff. I've been meaning to do a few videos on the 21s, how they're holding up, and my personal 21, how it's been doing. We already got 22s coming our way, so 2022 model years. Same thing, Ram 3500. So I'm excited to share with you guys. It's just a matter of time, so I'll take it one step at a time. I'm trying to commit to a video a day for myself, so I could use it as a buffer and release, 2-3 videos a week, whatever works. My life is such a roller coaster that it's been an extreme one the last 3 years as far as that one goes. So just sharing my intentions. Hopefully it'll come through, everything will work out, and I'll be able to share my my videos or post on more on a regular basis. Let's get some fuel. Let you listen to that engine. Oh, she sounds good. I know the video probably ain't doing it justice, but that's that. As far as, I was gonna let you guys go, but some of you guys are gonna be curious, what am I gonna do to this truck? this is going to be the replacement for the Ford. So it already got a hitch installed. It has airbags. You know, what we've done so far, changed out all the fluids on it, rebuilt the Driveline. Someone already done that, but I don't know if it was the gal or someone before her just didn't drive this truck very smoothly, and I believe that's the manual part of operating it smoothly. So that being said, the whole Driveline needed to get replaced. The front piece was good, you know, we just greased the U-joints on that part, but the whole rear side just was destroyed, and man was it expensive. I'm north of $1,000 to repair. Oh, I love you people. I was north of $1,000 just to rebuild that. Oh, yep, I got it. Rebuild that Driveline. So someone put an aftermarket Driveline in here because you can't get the factory one. That wasn't us, it was before us. And I'm guessing this issue was present before, way before my time, because the gal had it for a couple years, so I'm pretty sure she's not the one that did it. I couldn't get factory U-joint size anywhere for it. I mean, the factory U-joints didn't work for it, so I had to get custom ones, and that's the part that got expensive. Other than that, I mean, the tranny's holding up. This is my favorite tranny. This has the NV 5600. I much prefer the NV 5600 rather than the G56. I'm an overkill kind of guy, cast iron and everything on this tranny. It's a much stouter tranny. It is picky. The biggest thing with this tranny, you got to run synchro mesh. You got to run the right fluids. When I got this truck, whoever put the fluid in here did it wrong. This tranny was really, it just didn't want to go into gears very well. So we dropped that fluid. My guys decided to use SAE 50 fluid, you know, just flush that tranny with that oil. We drained that out, and then we put in synchro mesh. I think they did a single thing with synchro mesh, flushed that fluid out, and finally kept the second turnaround with synchro mesh. So yeah, we definitely flushed that tranny very well. Now the tranny shifts flawlessly, and it's a very stout tranny. I had an NV 5600, the first gen, in my first generation NV 5600 in my my 9924 valve, and I absolutely loved it. I pushed that thing almost to 400,000. Well, not almost. I think we hit 400,000 with that tranny, and then we did the first rebuild on it. So the original owner drove it very well, properly, and then I was a second owner, and I picked it up at 300, so we were able to push it that far. So that's why I guess I have a pleasant story with the NV 5600s. So very good trannies. Just make sure you run synchro mesh tranny fluid, the proper tranny fluid. By the way, my NV 5600, I firmly believe, went out because I took it to the dealer and the guys put in the wrong fluid. Ever since that fluid change, you know, I was young back then, and I just trusted him. Like, man, it just doesn't feel right. And within a month and a half, 2, I lost 3rd and 4th gear. And then a half a day later, you know, I had nothing but 5th gear, and I'm like, all righty, load it. Let's make it in 5th gear. Made it back to the shop. I had to drop that tranny then. Anyways, boys, I missed it. I was going to tell you what we were going to do with this truck. We never did. I never finished that subject. So this truck is going to get regular maintenance, possibly a tune. I am going to put a SMB intake on it, and that's it. We're not going to go big. We're not going to go crazy. I'm keeping an eye on the clutch. I really feel like someone changed out this clutch, the way it's grabbing and engaging. And I'll keep running this clutch until it gives me trouble. But, yeah. Can't be happier. When I was younger, this was one of my least favorite trucks for the 03s. 03 and 04, I think they have this dash. I had a big issue with this dash, so I was always looking for the 05, 06, preferably 07 if I was lucky, because they only had those for half a year. But here I am, I own a 03, and I could give a flying fly about the dash. It's a dash. It's not broken. Yeah, times change, people change. Anyways, boys, I gotta give me some diesel, and wow. I don't know where you're from. $3.54 is pretty cheap for diesel around here. Average price around here is $3.60, $3.70. And on extreme side, I've seen 399, but that's extreme side. 360, 370 is what I've been seeing this week. But, you know, 354 never helps. Or never hurts. It only helps. Anyways, guys, as always, may the Lord bless you. And may you all have a mighty fine day. Ciao. Bye.